Slideshow. Yan. Kita ang aking shared screen. Okay, thank you. So good morning, everyone. So this lecture, I'm tasked to discuss about the reproductive system histology. So I think it was already in advance, the laboratory session a week ago, na review na rin sa inyo ang reproductive system kasi that's the only time that we'll be able to view under the microscope. But I do hope some of your classmates shared through a Google Drive, no, or any means specimens for the reproductive system. I hope no, na-share naman. No? So we discuss here in detail on the different histological structures of the male reproductive system. So our learning objectives is number one, we have to enumerate some basic functions of our male reproductive system, its composition in terms of histology, and of course, again, the unique histological features and cells of the appearances of the different structures or organs of the male reproductive system. First of all, we discuss the male functions. Male reproductive system is number one for reproduction. And if we are to specify, it produces, it maintains, it transports, and nourishes the sperm cell, which is the male reproductive cells that you will see that is necessary for production, and lastly, for production of your semen, or sa Tagalog yung semilla, and the protective fluid, in order to nourish the moving sperm cells, and at the same time, to not just nourish, no, to enable to move from one male reproductive part towards another, hanggang sa during sexual intercourse, the male will go to the vaginal tract, okay, for reproduction. And the function also discharge the sperm to peristaltic contractions, no, in the urethra, discharge the sperm cell within the female reproductive tract, and to produce a very important male hormone called your testosterone, which is important in your spermatogenesis, your primary sexual characteristic, and your secondary sexual characteristic, no? For the make males appear male because of this particular hormone testosterone, which is essential in sexual differentiation. So in this lecture, we will have to discuss each of the following histological structures. First, no, from proximal to distal, where the male sperm cells are being produced, and the intratesticular ducts towards your excretory genital ducts, namely your epididymis and your ductus, or your vas deferens, and of course your accessory glands. So it produces the component of the semen, and lastly, again, your penis. Your penis was discussed in the previous lecture, no, in the urinary system histology. So I think it will be emphasized here in this morning lecture. Okay? Catch ko lang. Okay. The male testis is the primary sex organ of the male. So it produces your sperm cells. No, it contains your endocrine pointer na. It contains endocrine cells that secretes your hormone, no, such as your testosterone, that is primarily produced by your Leydig cells. We'll show you later, no, for the male reproductive physiology. And of course, their anatomical position is located outside of the body, which reflects a physiological necessity for production or formation of the sperm. So the in males, it should be located outside of the body, no, not inside the body, because it has in order to for the spermatogenesis to occur, it should have a slightly lower temperature as compared to the human body's body temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. Yeah. So this is a diagrammatic hypothetical illustration of the testes. No? So this, if you look at the male reproductive system, so nakakita na ba kayo ng male reproductive system? Ay, for the females. No? Ikadabi, tawa 6 kalamiton. Tinanong ko lang naman no, if you have a female. Kasi of course, not all our BS courses. May accounting, so balik ko ba kung nakita na kayo ng male reproductive system. So gusto ba ko nakita, this is the male reproductive system. No? So we have your penis. Ayan, this is the penis of the male and the scrotum. No? So within the scrotum, you have your testes. So dito, here in the structure where the sperm cells are produced. So if we are to dissect, no, we can appreciate here, ano siya, longitudinal section. Ang hiwa pa ganon, no? So you can dissect this particular structure. So we start with the testis, which is here, no? So we have your parietal layer of your tunica vaginalis and your visceral layer of your tunica vaginalis. And we have your outer covering, which we call as your tunica albuginea. No, if you are to dissect, we can actually appreciate here, no, the seminiferous tubules. Yan, no. So if you are to dissect, we can appreciate the seminiferous tubules, no, wherein here the sperm cells of males are produced. And so we can appreciate here the seminiferous tubule, and then when the sperm cells are produced, no, it will go toward your straight tubules. Then after that, it will go towards your rete testis or your mediastinum testis. So this is a mediastinum. This is what it was your region. No, but the network of tubulary structures are what we call as your rete testis. Then after that, it will now go through a small tube or your efferent ductule, ductulus efferentes, ibang term niya, no, in textbook, no, before it goes towards the epididymis. Ayan. So we are tracing the pathway of your sperm. So in the epididymis, we have your head, the body, and the tail. The head, the body, and the tail. So mahaba siya, epididymis. So before ejaculation, no, if male has an intercourse with the female for reproduction, no, that these sperm cells are before that are stored here for maturity. So kapag nagkaroon ng ejaculation, no, or nilabasan yung lalaki, no, yung sperm cell that is stored here in the epididymis will go towards the next structure, no, called your vas deferens. And then paangat na siya. Okay? For what? There's a call lang. Agent pasensya. Ayan, so okay na ulit. So that's how you trace so ayan. So that's how you trace the pathway of your sperm. So let us go in detail, no, in the next few slides. Ayan. So this is your testis. No, the blood supply of your testis is your testicular artery. So this is the gross part. The venous drainage is through the pumpiniform venous plexus and goes towards your testicular vein, right versus the left testicular vein. No, it has a fibrous outer surface called your tunica albuginea, which I showed you earlier. Ayan, this is tunica albuginea. No? So we have your testicular lobules. This is your testicular lobules. Yan. No? Which houses your seminiferous tubules. Itong network of tubular structures here. So this is one lobule. And within that, your seminiferous tubules. So it is here in the seminiferous tubule is where the sperm is produced, and in between your seminiferous tubules is where you can see cells called your Leydig cells, which produces your testosterone. So let us go. Ayan. Let's go with the testis, no? Particularly in the part of your seminiferous tubule. Ito yung makikita nyo sa microscope. No? Kung nakita nyo man, nakita nyo naman to, no? Sa microscope. To those who are able to view. I think si Mr. Lagman na turuan ko briefly. No, sabi ko i-share ni Mr. Lagman to sa class. Na-share mo ba, Mr. Lagman? Mr. Lagman, have you shared? Ay, hindi. Ay, ba't nalulungkot yung emoticon?
Damot, Dok, damot.
Damot, grabe na sir. Share the knowledge. Ito naman. O sige, dahil hindi siya ng Mr. Lagman, i-discuss natin ito in detail. Sige. Mr. Lagman naman, share naman. Sige, joke lang. Sige. So this is the male's testis. So this is one seminiferous tubule. Okay? What structures that you can appreciate here? Hanapin natin. Ayan. Structures that you can appreciate here is, of course, your developing sperm cell. No? Those located at the most periphery are the developing sperm cell, which you start at your primary spermatogonia. So ito yon, yung dark nucleus, okay? Dark nucleus, itong dark cells na to, no? And prominent nucleoli, that is your primary spermatogonia. So it is developing, so it has a prominent nucleoli, so it is developing. Kaya kanyang appearance. Now, as it develops, your spermatogonia, it becomes your secondary spermatogonia, becomes yung spermatid, no? At then, it becomes your spermatocyte. So, as this spermatogonia develops, it is pushed towards the center. Hanggang sa maging ito ang kanilang appearance, no? This is your spermatid, no? This is your spermatid. No? This elongated nuclei, no? This is what we call as your spermatid. It is still developing hanggang sa magkaroon siya ng buntot. So it becomes your sperm cell. So what you can see here at the middle portion are your mature sperm cells. Ay, di pa pala mature. No? Developing sperm cell, but it's getting mature. So yung nakita nyo sa gitna are the sperm cells. What other structures that you can appreciate here in the testes are your, what we call as your sustentacular cells or your tinatawag nating Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells appears light staining cytoplasm with also a prominent nucleus. This is Sertoli cell. This is another Sertoli cell. This is another Sertoli cell, Sertoli cell, Sertoli cell, Sertoli cell, no? Sertoli cell, no? So these Sertoli cell are not sperm cell, but these are like a nurse, no? It sustains your developing sperm cell to become mature. Kaya tinatawag siya Sertoli cells or sustentacular cell. Yeah. So, next, what makes this developing sperm cell be pushed towards the center? It is because of these surrounding cells at the most periphery of your seminiferous tubule. Ang tawag dito is your myoid cell. MYOID. So this is your myoid cell. No? Kapag meron kayo nakitang flat cell, no, para siyang squamous cell, no, with the nucleus at your myoid cell. So this is one myoid cell. This is another myoid cell. And this is our myoid cell. And this is another myoid cell. The function of it is to push the developing sperm towards the center. And once it matures, it becomes your sperm cell, it goes towards the center. Parang ano siya, imagine mo this is a fruit, no? An orange, no? Kapag piniga mo, napupunta sa gitna yung juice, parang ganun, no? It pushes, the myoid cell pushes the developing sperm cell towards the center. Now, if you see cells, no, that is located in between your seminiferous tubule, so sabihin, hindi siya sa seminiferous tubule, kunyari, in practical examination, nakaturo dito sa gitna ng mga seminiferous tubule. For example, this one, this cell, no, this cell, and this cell, no? Ano yan? That's your, what you call as your Leydig cell. And the Leydig cell is the one that produces the male hormone for the primary and secondary sexual characteristic, no? The testosterone. Okay, gets? So, ito yung importante sa testis. Okay? So, this is, pag nakaturo sa gitna, in between ng seminiferous tubule, this is one seminiferous tubule, this is another seminiferous tubule, and this is another seminiferous tubule. Kapag nakaturo sa gitna, in between, malamang that's your Leydig cell. Pero pag nasa, yun namang isipin mong cell, spermatogonia, Sertoli, this is spermatogonia, this is Sertoli cell, this is spermatine, tapos pag nakaturo sa gitna, sperm cell. Okay? So, yan. So, i-discuss pa natin in detail. The testis or interstitial tissue, no? Interstitial tissue, yung mga in between, no? It's located in between the seminiferous tubule, which consists of fibroblasts, lymphatic blood vessels, and fenestrated capillary. And it is the Leydig cells, yan, or your interstitial cells, no, that produces your testosterone caused by the stimulation of your luteinizing hormone by your anterior pituitary gland, which is part of your endocrine system. Okay? Ayan. So, in the seminiferous tubule is where your sperms are produced, and each testis has from 250 to 1,000 such tubules in its lobule. So, ito yung sasabi nating lobule. This is one lobule, and within that are your seminiferous tubules. No? Ayan. For each lobule, there are around 250 to 1,000 seminiferous tubules. And the combined length of the tubules of one testis, no, totals about 250 meters. So, laki, no? Imagine that's 250 meters. Yung 1 meter, ganito, no? Times 250. In males, if you were to dissect, it will reach around 250 meters. No? What other structures that you can appreciate in the testes? No? You have your straight tubules, this one, no? And you also have your retetestis that is located in your mediastinum testis. So if the sperms are produced in your seminiferous tubules, no, it will travel to the next structure in the mediastinum testis through a bridge or a connecting bridge called your straight tubule. Straight siya. Yeah. Where each seminiferous tubules are looped and transport the sperm towards the testis from the seminiferous tubule. And this next structure is located in the mediastinum testis are the network of tubules called your retetestis. So, let us view in under the microscope. No? So, this is a microscopic illustration of your testis as it is located, no, at the region pala of the mediastinum testis. Okay? So in the mediastinum testis, you can appreciate this structure. Of course, you can appreciate your the lobules. The testis lobule. So this is one lobule. This is another lobule. This is another lobule. This is another lobule. And this is another lobule. No? So, within that lobule are your seminiferous tubules. Saan yung seminiferous tubules? Ito, maliliit na ito. That's your seminiferous tubule. Yeah, this is not a seminiferous tubule. Now, when the sperms are produced, no?
5 na po.
And ready to go towards the next structure, it will go towards the bridge. This is what we call as your straight tubule. Ayan. So, this is your straight tubule. So, in this straight tubule, this tubular structure, a bridge connecting the seminiferous tubules to retetestis. So, this retetestis is like a network of tubules, no? It houses the sperm cell before it goes towards the it houses the sperm cell before it goes to the next structure. So, dito siya muna mag-stay. So, this is your mediastinum. This is your retetestis. This is your straight tubule. This is your lobule. And within that, your seminiferous tubules. So far, so good ba? Yes. So far, so good. So, tinuturuan ko pa paano kayo mag-identify on the specimen. We apply theoretical knowledge to actual histological specimen so that in practical examination, you are able to distinguish which structure from another structure. So far, so good. Okay, that's good. No, si Mr. Lagman kasi visionaire. So,
Hindi daw nakikinig, Dok.
joke lang.
Distracted sa joke.
Ay, distracted hindi. Si Mr. Lagman, I think kaya naman niya i-balance. Pero okay lang yan. So, discuss natin the different structures. So, tandaan nyo important cells and structures na pagdating sa testis, we have your developing sperm, you have your Leydig cell and your Sertoli cell. Okay, huwag kayong malilito. Minsan kasi, students would be confused between the location or the function of your Leydig cell and your Sertoli cell. Ang clue nyo dito, minsan kasi akala nila, ay Sertoli cell, baka nakalocate siya sa interstitium, meaning between seminiferous tubule. Common mistake yun, no? Ang clue nyo, kung sino yung nasa loob ng seminiferous tubule, is it the Leydig or the Sertoli cell, is yung first letter, yung S. So, Sertoli cell is located in the seminiferous tubule. So, para sa letter S. Leydig cell nasa labas. L, labas. Leydig cell. Pag nasa loob, okay, nasa seminiferous tubule letter S, Sertoli cell. Sertoli cells, tentacular cell, sustains the developing cell, sperm cell, and your Leydig cell produces your testosterone as a signal by the luteinizing hormone of the anterior pituitary gland. Okay, so that's clear. Ayan, so, ayan, no, if you go to high power and all immersion objective, no, kapag zoom natin, we can appreciate your what you call this, seminiferous tubules, no? This is one seminiferous tubule, no? Before it goes towards your retetestis, no, it goes towards your bridge called your straight tubule. So makikita nyo na you are the region of your mediastinum if you appreciate your straight tubule and your retetestis. So how do you differentiate if you are at the region of your seminiferous and your straight tubule? Your straight seminiferous tubule, it houses developing sperm. You know, patong-patong yung mga cells of developing sperm. But as you go towards the next structure, wala na yung mga developing sperm. So meron na siyang bridge connecting to another structure. So this is what we call as your straight tubule. So if there's a transition between the developing sperm and here na wala ng sperm cell na developing, that's what we call as your straight tubule. And of course, after the straight tubule is your retetestis. Kaya mapansin dito, this is seminiferous. Pagdating dito, wala ng developing sperm, para na lang siyang bridge. Then after that, becomes your retetestis. Okay, ito connective tissue, no? So this is your retetestis. Yan. So discuss natin kanina, no? Your testis or seminiferous tubule is lined by special epithelium called your terminal epithelium or spermatogenic epithelium. Bakit? This is germinal epithelium because it contains primordial germ cells or the developing sperm cell. So kapag tinanong anong lining epithelium from here up to here, that's your germinal epithelium or your spermatogenic epithelium. Because here in this epithelium are stacks of developing sperm cell. That's spermatogenic or germinal epithelium. Next, we have your myoid cell. No? It is contractile in function. This is myoid cell. This is another myoid cell. Myoid cell, myoid cell. No? It pushes developing sperm cell towards the center. So we have two types of cells inside seminiferous. You have your Sertoli, light staining cytoplasm, which nourishes the sperm, and of course the sperm cell. Okay. Next. Ayan, no? We have your seminiferous tubule. We have your Sertoli cell. So ito yung nasa loob. It nourishes the spermatogenic cells, no? And divide the seminiferous tubules into two, the basal and the abdominal compartments. So yung basal, that is the basal compartment, no, are the primary spermatogonia, and the abdominal compartment are those the more mature sperm cell. These Sertoli cells, of course, 30 to 50 developing sperm cells, but in males kasi it produces millions, so it has to have more Sertoli cell to support the developing sperm cell. No? Histologically, your Sertoli cell, being a sustentacular cell, no, it has abundant smooth endoplasmic reticulum and some rough ER and well-developed Golgi complexes, numerous mitochondria and lysosomes because it has the aforementioned functions. Their nuclei are typically ovoid, triangular, euchromatic, with prominent nucleolus, which features that allow Sertoli cells to be distinguished from the neighboring cells. And another function of your Sertoli cells, no, is it forms a blood-testis barrier, which is an elaborate tight occluding junction between the basolateral membranes. And this physical barrier is one part of a systemic preventing the autoimmune attack against the unique spermatogenic cells. Kung mapansin nyo, wala nakitang blood on the developing sperm cells. Such as if there's an autoimmune disease, no, hindi kagad nasisira basta-basta yung mga developing sperm. No? So next, so we are done with the retetestis, no, and the seminiferous tubule. Next structure where these sperm cells after the retetestis goes is through a bridge connecting the retetestis and your epididymis called your efferent ductules. Oh, this is your ductulus efferentes, no, or the efferent ductules. So it is where the retetestis drains the sperm. No, ito siyang structure, and if you are to look at it histologically, it has an appearance called a scallop appearance. No, if you like seafood and you like scallop, no, mukha ba siyang scallop? Yung shell ng scallop. Kung mapapansin yung shell ng scallop, no, there are patterns here, yung parang lubak-lubak dito, no? May pataas, may mababa, may mataas, may mababa, pataas, tsaka pababa, no? So, para siyang scallop appearance. So, para ito yung shell ng scallop. So, may pataas, may bababa, may pataas, may bababa, may pataas, may bababa, no? That is your efferent ductule. No, if you see this scallop appearance, it has this particular pattern because it has an unusual epithelium in which groups of non-ciliated cuboidal cells alternates with a taller ciliated cell. So, ito, no, so the lining epithelium are alternating with a columnar epithelium. So, itong mga malilit, itong mga pandak, itong mga pandak na to, na cuboidal cell, no, it has no epithelium. But if it becomes a columnar, no, it has cilia. Tapos magta-transition ulit siya with a cuboidal epithelium that is non-ciliated, and it alternates with columnar epithelium that is ciliated. So, nag-alternate siya. Cuboidal, columnar, cuboidal, columnar, cuboidal, columnar. Kapag nagiging siyang columnar, doon siya nagkakaroon ng cilia. Okay? So, hence, it gives the scallop-shaped appearance of this specimen. So, madali siyang makita, no? So, para siyang ridges here, na alternating na, na cuboidal and columnar. No? Pag nakita niyo yan, that's your efferent ductule. So, within the cilia, okay nga, tanong ko kayo, bakit kailangan ng cilia? Cilia, hindi yung upuan. Cilia na C-I-L-A-A. Ang ditong structure ng efferent ductule. I'll ask one ng volunteer, si Miss Jan Melanie De Leon. Bakit kailangan ng cilia? Jan, di ko ba na-curious?
Dok, di ko po alam.
Ay, di ba? Wala lang. Wild guess.
Ay,
Sipin nyo na lang, no? Ano ang function ng cilia?
for locomotion.
Sample. Locomotion. So, tama. Very good. Alam mo na pala, Mr. De Leon. Okay. So, it functions in locomotion to move the sperm, to move the sperm towards the next structure. Diba? Parang sa respiratory tract, it is ciliated pseudostratified. Yung mga cilia doon. So, kapag may foreign body na pumasok or bacteria na pumasok doon, the use of the cilia is to propel outwards. Minumove niya. So, ito naman, ibig na dumi yung minumove niya yung sperm cell towards the next structure. No? Okay, kapag efferent ductules, scallop-shaped appearance. Efferent ductules, scallop-shaped appearance. Okay, very good. No? Let us now proceed to the excretory genital ducts. So these excretory genital ducts are already outside your, going outside your testes, no, which function in the transport of the sperm from the scrotum towards the penis. Kaya tinatawag siyang excretory genital ducts. Don't forget these structures, no? Kasi pag tinanong sa examination, which of the following is not included in the excretory genital ducts, dapat alam nyo. So, excretory genital ducts, EDU. Yan, EDU Mansano. And excretory, EDU. Starts with letter E, EDU. Epididymis, ductus deferens, and your urethra. So it functions in the transport of sperm towards the penis. So let's start with epididymis. Anong comment dun sa itsura ng epididymis? So actually ito, yung pag nakita ko to na structure, epididymis to. Kasi ang ganda. I-comment ko dyan, ang ganda. No? If you look at it under the slide, no, tadyan na kang heavy staining. Ay, saksa, chart. Ay, saksa yung charger. Okay. So, if you look at it under the microscope, so ang maganda siya kasi heavily stained, yung ka-purple niya. Tapos lahat ng cells, no, are pantay-pantay, no? And you have your sperm cell in between. Tapos yung mga nucleus niya is located basally, no, of these columnar cells. Okay, that's your epididymis. Very unique, no? Aside from it has cilia or your stereocilia, no, each cell is columnar and the sides, no, are lined para pantay-pantay siya. Nucleus ay located basally, and then we have your stereocilia, and the staining is dark purplish talaga if you look at it under the microscope. Number one, epididymis is highly coiled. Kung bakit highly coiled, baka dahil pagkaganyan, no? Para siyang coiled structure, no? It is where the sperm undergo your maturation and short-term storage. No? As it is coiled, no? It is also long. We have your different parts, your head, the body, and the tail. So we have it is like pseudostratified columnar epithelium consisting of your principal cells. So kapag nakapoint dito, anong cell to? This is your principal cell. No? This is your lining epithelium. This is your pseudostratified columnar epithelium. So it is pseudostratified. Akala kasi natin is multiple layer, but it's just one layer. No? And it's just the cells are too tall. No? It is also having a outside projections called your stereocilia to move the sperm cell. Yan. And the principal cells remove most of the water and residual bodies entering the epididymis with the sperm and secrete various product, greatly changing the fluid in which the sperm cells are suspended. So we have three structures, the head, the body, and the tail. Ito siya. Head, body, and the tail. No? And the tail, no? Ito yung much is connected with your vas deferens or your ductus deferens. Okay, head, body, and the tail. So if you are to have a sequence, the sperm goes first to the body, to the head, no? It is the region where the efferent ductule enters, no? Then after that, it enters, the sperm cell goes towards the body. It is where the sperm cell further modifies itself to become more mature. Para kapag dito siya nagre-ready para mag-swim towards the next structure. So, now, kapag the sperm cell has modified itself, no, ready to swim, no, during ejaculation, it now stays. Dito na siya tatambay sa tail. Okay, ready for ejaculation. Ayan. So, the head, the body, and the tail. Head, body, tail. So pag tinanong kung saan nagkakaroon ng further maturation or subtle modification, it's in the body. Kung saan tumatambay yung sperm before the male ejaculates, no? It's located at the tail. Okay? So yan, pwedeng tanong sa examination. Next, no? We have your vas deferens. So this is your vas deferens. It's also called as your ductus deferens. Ay, wala itong iya. Sorry. Ductus deferens without an E. No? So, pwede siya magkamalan sa efferent ductus, no? Or ductulus efferentes. Huwag kayo malilito. No? Efferent ductus or ductulus efferentes is different from ductus deferens. Okay? So, this is a long straight tube. Ito na siya. Ito yung structure. Ito, this is your ductus deferens or your vas deferens. So, kapag yung males, during sexual intercourse, na-excite na, and then ready for ejaculation of sperm, no? Yung stored sperm at the tail will now go toward the ductus efferens. Ductus deferens or your vas deferens. So, this is a highly muscular wall with a relatively small lumen and leaves the scrotum and continues toward the prostatic urethra where it empties. So you can see, no, this is your vas deferens, no? It has a thick muscular long wall, no? We have your longitudinal, circular, and your longitudinal smooth muscle. So it is like by a smooth muscle wall, such that it is involuntary. No? So, sabihin, when the male ejaculates, there's no turning back. So, males would have to ejaculate a pulsating nature of mga 10 to 13 ejaculates of sperm cell when the male has an ejaculation. So, when the male ejaculates, there's no turning back. Hindi nila mapipigilan. No? Because it's like by a smooth muscle, hindi siya skeletal muscle. Okay, so this is your thick muscle. You have your longitudinal, circular, and your another layer of longitudinal muscle, and it's like by your adventitia. The muscularis is specialized for powerful peristaltic movement of sperm cell at ejaculation. So why is it heavily muscular? No, is because of gravity. Kasi pataas siya. No, kung hindi siya magkakaroon ng peristaltic contraction, no? If it's not muscular, so when it ejaculate, hanggang dito lang. Hindi na siya aangat, babalik ulit dito. So during ejaculation, no, it has peristaltic contraction and to move or expel the developed sperm cell upwards against gravity. Ayan. So head, body, tail. So the lamina propria is rich in elastic fibers and thick epithelial lining shows the longitudinal folds. Ayan. So it is lined by your pseudostratified cells with basal cells and many columnar cells with your stereocilia. Ayan. So what happens when the cell it joins in the prostatic urethra. No? So mangyari niyan, yung vas deferens, it goes toward your prostatic urethra where it is joined by the different structures, no? So kung saan nag-exit yung sperm sa prostatic urethra, hindi sa membranous, hindi sa spad urethra, but the prostatic urethra. And this vas deferens is joined by your seminal vesicle, no? Where it becomes your ejaculatory duct, the prostatic urethra. So what we can see here are your seminal vesicle and prostate gland, which is essential for the component of the male's semen. So with that, bibitinin ko muna kayo dahil let's have a 5-minute break for a while. Okay, yung season 2 after 5 minutes. Okay, let's see our camera space. Puting tiis na lang, students. Puting tiis. Share my screen. Yeah. Can you see my shared screen? Am I heard loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Dinig po, Dok,
Okay
pero
naman.
nawala po yung screen niyo, Dok.
Ano wala yung screen? Sige, sige. So, umaga natin net. Ayan. Yan. Kita na ang screen. Okay, thank you. So we're now to proceed on the, so we're done with the testicular ducts and tissues, the cells, no extra genital ducts. Now we're now to proceed on the accessory glands of the male reproductive organ system. So we talk about your accessory glands. No, it's like your accessory glands of your gastrointestinal tract. Pag sabi ng accessory, it has not something to do with the production of sperm cell, the conduction of sperm cell, but these are structures that contribute to the success of the sperm cell as it goes outside, no, the male reproductive system during ejaculation. So it promotes survival, movement, and successful function, which is reproduction. Kaya na siyang accessory. Yan. So para siyang kasabwat, accessory to the prime. Ayan. So accessory gland no, of the male reproductive tract produces the male secretions, which become mixed with the sperm during ejaculation to produce semen and are essential for reproduction. So we have three: your seminal vesicle, your prostate gland, and your bulbourethral glands. So yan. So you have your seminal vesicle, which is this one. No, it becomes your ejaculatory tract. It joins your vas deferens. We have your prostate gland, which is here, this rounding structure. No, and lastly your bulbourethral gland. No, this small structure here, no, before going to the urethra, no, and these three are your accessory glands of the male reproductive system. So let's differentiate histologically these glands. No, so first of all, you have your seminal vesicle. No, ito siya. Ito. This is your seminal vesicle. It becomes your ejaculatory duct when it joins the vas deferens or ductus deferens. No? So your seminal vesicle are paired exocrine gland which secrete most of your seminal fluid including the sperm nutrients. Ang mnemonic ko dito during the med school days, no, which is the most, sa board examination, which is the most contributory volume, no, or percentage in the semen, no, of in the secretions of semen. Ang sagot dyan is your seminal vesicle. Kaya nga, semen. So, sabihin, most semen are produced here, seminal vesicle. Nasa pangalan niya na, seminal vesicle or seminal vesicle. So, that's your clue, which produce the most component of the semen, seminal vesicle, kasi nasa pangalan. So, it secretes most of the seminal fluid, including sperm nutrients. And the characteristic feature for seminal vesicle is your, what we call as your mucosal fold. So it has a large number of your thin mucosal fold, which is a pathognomonic or a clue that you are at the region of your seminal vesicle. So ito yung mga mucosal fold na to, ito, nagtiklop-tiklop tong mga itong parts ng seminal vesicle, no? That's your clue that it is the seminal vesicle because of a large number of thin mucosal folds. Yeah, so this is your mucosal folds that are too numerous. It has also a simple columnar epithelium of principal secretory cells. So, yan. Tanong po natin dito, no? That's your lamina propria. No? So this is your highly folded mucosa. Yun tama. Highly folded mucosa and the thin mucosal folds that are too abundant. Kapalo. Puro folds siya. Okay. So let us now go to the next part, your prostate gland. No? So your prostate gland is the one that surrounds your urethra. In males, no, it is located below the bladder and it has many tubuloacinar glands, some containing concretions called your corpora amylacea, which is no known significant physiologic function till to date. So, if you see a prostate gland, no, you can see your tubuloacinar glands. Ito siya, so tubuloacinar glands, no, but the clue that you are at the region of your prostate gland if you see prostatic concretions called your corpora amylacea. Ito. This is comparable. Sometimes you may be confused with the concretions in your pineal gland. Since you already studied your endocrine gland, what particular structure in your endocrine system has a histological feature of concretion? Ano? Narang concretion din, pero sa endocrine. Baka malito kayo. So I'll ask the class. So you see Miss Milay Mateo. Ano yung concretion? In what part of the histology or endocrine system histology that you can also appreciate concretions, just like in the posterior corpora amylacea. Mr. Romilay Mateo, yung endocrine system.
No idea.
Ano idea? Sige. Pamulapit examination. Sige. Clue. Which endocrine organ produces your melatonin?
Yung corporal anesthesia.
Yes, that's your corpora aranacea, which is found in what an organ that produces your melatonin. Yeah, si
Pineal.
Mr. Lagman. Pineal gland. Okay? Pineal gland. Parang si Lagman tinawag ko pero iba sumagot. Sino sumagot? So, sino sumagot? O, boses ni Lagman yun. Para babae. Pero thank you, magsagot. Okay. Tinuro ko kay Mr. Lagman din yan. Hindi din naman shinare. Okay. Kidding aside, no? So, in your endocrine system, you have your pineal gland, which produces your melatonin, which is a hormone, no, that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. It is more produced if you are in a dark room or you are sleeping. No, that's your celestine is what we call your pinealocytes. Your clue that you are at the pineal gland if you see concretions. Sige. Paano ma-appreciate nyo nga? Teka, Google ko para sa inyo. Dahil, para ma-appreciate nyo po. Google ko para sa inyo. Ayan. Ayan, sige. Ginugol ko na para sa inyo. Mag-share screen ako. Pwede kasi malito kayo, no? Between these two terms. Share lang ako. Ayan. So, kita yung screen. Kita yung screen. So, let us differentiate between the two. So, this one, no, is your corpora aranacea. No? So, this is your organ, your pineal gland. Now, you can appreciate your pinealocytes. But your prominent histological feature, no, or structure, once you see it, this is surely your pineal gland, is what we call as your concretions called your corpora aranacea. This is a concretions as compared to your corpora amylacea, which is found in your prostate gland. Pag nakita nyo to, this is prostate gland. Is your corpora amylacea. To differentiate between the two, number one, staining, no? Mas itim ang staining ng concretions in aranacea as compared to your amylacea na medyo pinkish. Both has no significant function still today, but these are histological features that but when you see, we are at the level of, we are at that organ, no? At the pineal gland and your prostate gland. Number two, to make it clear to like a mnemonic, para hindi nyo makalimutan, no? Kasi pare sa lang corpora, doon na lang magkakatalo kung amylacea or aranacea. No, would be the third term. Remember, in your prostate gland, it is called amylacea because of clonitus amylase. Root word nito is amylase. Ang sabi daw, semen of male is somehow, hindi ko sure, ko lang, kung matamis daw. Not sure, no? Because of fructose sugar. So, ang clue ko na lang dito, no, since semen are thought to be having sweet because of the fructose sugar, no, inisip mo lang, this is amylase. that is something to do with sugar. Kaya amylacea. Pag aranacea, ay na dyan. Pag aranacea, pineal gland, pinoproduce sa tuwing gabi, no? Yan. Tuwing gabi, napoproduce yung hormone ng melatonin para ng araw. Aranacea. Para ng araw. Kasi madilim na. Okay? Sa amylacea, amylase, sugar, prostate. Okay? So, let me stop share. Okay? Aranacea, ara ng araw. Kaya melatonin na pinoproduce. Okay? Sige, let me share again my screen back to my presentation. Ayan. Ayan. So, the prostate gland, no? It has concretions corpora amylacea. No, it has tubuloacinar glands are lined by pseudostratified columnar epithelium. And it has three zones. You have your PCT, your peripheral, central, and your transition, PCT. From outside to inside, peripheral, central, and your transition. The majority of your glands zone is located at the peripheral gland. It contains majority of glands and the main glands. When you go to the central portion or region or zone, it is submucosal gland, and at the transition zone is you have your mucosal gland. So, majority from the peripheral, 25% from the central, and 5% from the transition zone. So when there is a hyperplasia, when we talk about hyperplasia, and you will encounter these particular terms when you go to second year in pathology, the difference between hypertrophy and hyperplasia. If it is hypertrophy, the cell enlarge or becomes bigger. Kapag hyperplasia, the cell has too much cell division. So in prostate, in males, it is normal na nagkakaroon ng enlargement or hyperplasia. But if it is too much, no, it becomes obstructed. So particularly if there is an enlargement, particularly at the transition zone, no, it can readily obstruct the male's prostatic urethra. Kaya yung mga patients that has enlarged prostate, no, has varying urinary symptoms. Yung parang ihi ng ihi, umihi, there's a incomplete bladder empty. Pagka-ihi, parang feeling niya meron pa rin natitira. Tapos sa gabi, nocturia. Possibility that the prostate is enlarging. Ayan. So, that's your three zones in your prostate gland. Okay, ano pa? Okay, and lastly, you have your bulbourethral glands. No, it is also called your Cowper's glands. No, what you can appreciate in bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland is your mucus acini. Mucus acini, as you look at it under the microscope, just like in the salivary glands, is yung meron siya mga puti-puti. Ito, puti-puti. Yan, na-assign. So, pag nakita ka ng puti, ay, mucus acini yan. No? Malamang that's your bulbourethral gland or your Cowper's gland. So, this also releases mucus-like secretion which coats and lubricates the urethra. So, with these three accessory glands, no, which contributes the component of the semen, makes the sperm cell able to be nourished, to survive, and to have capable of to swim in the vaginal tract among females, no, for reproduction purposes. And lastly, if you go outside, we have your penis and your urethra, no. In males, no, we have your penis, no. So we have your erectile tissues na dalawa. We have your corpora cavernosa, ito siya. This is your cavernosa and your spongiosum. So these are erectile tissues. Kaya yung sa males tumatayo or nagkakaroon ng erection, no, or during arousal is because of these erectile tissues with its blood supply. No? Kapag nag-arouse yung male, there's an erection. No, it's because of these erectile tissues. So we have 2 cavernosa and 1 spongiosum. Anong clue natin dito? Spongiosum because it surrounds your spongiurethra. This is your spongiurethra. No? It is cavernosa, it is paired naman. Ang clue natin dito, spongiosum kasi spongiurethra, isa lang. No? Yung cavernosa, it is paired or dalawa kasi para siyang si Mickey Mouse. C. Corpora cavernosa. It is paired, dorsally located, and surrounded by your tunica albuginea, a fibroelastic layer. Yan. So it is in the here in the urethra, there are what they call urethral glands which secrete mucus for lubrication. Kaya in males, no, when they are aroused, no, before lumabas pa yung semen, mapansin that may lumalabas na secretions, no? That is the secretion of your urethral gland. Because these are just mucus, no, for lubrication in preparation for the male's ejaculation. So there are 2 ducts first during ejaculation, is your urethra at the prostate gland. So again, you have 3 segments, your prostatic, your membranous, and your spongiurethra. The most proximal is your prostatic, no, which is run by urothelium, most dilatable part, because it's surrounded by your prostate. You have your membranous, no, this is the shortest segment, lined by stratified columnar and pseudostratified columnar. And lastly, your very lengthy spongiurethra, which is the longest, and it goes within the erectile tissue of the penis called your corpora spongiosum, which is lined by your stratified squamous distally as it exits to the navicular fossa. Dito siya nagiging squamous epithelium, but it is still columnar and pseudostratified proximally, once still inside. So I think this is my side. So this is a table that you can study at your own time, no? Regarding the location, the epithelial support tissues, and the functions, no? So kapag aralin nyo, this is a summary. You can study on your own. And that's it. Here's my references and yun. So, do you have any questions so far? Wala naman. Wala lahat clear. So, later sa clarificatory review, your professors will be there that discuss the lectures, no, in preparation for examination. So please listen to it, no. It can guide you on how to review, and you will be able to pass the examination. So we still have 3 more long examinations and 3 more practical examinations to go, and hope you pass those. Especially, you need to bump more grades kasi during neuro exam, a neuro part, no, lalo yung neuroanatomy, medyo mahirap siya. So, you need to back your grades. So, listen to the clarificatory review later at 1 p.m. So, nandun ako, maka-stress pa. Bilis kasi the-lecture ko. 3 to 3:30 ako assigned. Pero Dr. Jesmus, Dr. Hershey will be at 1 to 3 p.m. That be coming from Medicine 1 preceptorial kasi. So I'll be at 3 p.m. Okay, so for the laboratory session, Dr. Hershey de Guzman already posted the division. For the group assigned to me, we shall start na lang at 10:15 a.m. So you can have a 15 minute, 10:17 na lang, 10:17. So you can have a 15-minute break. And I'll inform na Dr. Hershey if she can start at 10:17 a.m. as well. So So you can have your break first. Okay. So thank you for attending the lecture. And I hope may rami kayo